Out of the blocks, the Mountaineers ran off to an early lead, took that first set before Illinois came back and took the last three. Kentucky, as we said earlier, took all three from Southeast Missouri. Raya Walker will serve it, and we are underway in round 2 of the NCAA tournament here in Lexington. Bella Bell in the middle for the Wildcats. Had a big match last night as well. Grome setting Reagan Rutherford. She goes off speed to get things started.
Both setters trying to establish that they can go anywhere. Brown starting off with attacking in the middle, and Reagan Rutherford, Grome going to Rutherford on the right side.
Cooney's rejected. Illinois stays alive. And Grome keeps things happening for the Wildcats. There's Stumler. Taylor Cooper with a dig. And McGrone with a diving dig, but a chance for Illinois. And the Illini make it work, and Swanson, who had a big night last night, comes through for the Illini. 10 kills for Kyla Swanson.
And we'll see if there is a predictability with Dee Brown, is she's going to try and get her middles involved in this match as much as possible, see if she can get them double-digit kills again.
Stumler again, but there's a defensive wall. Cooney and Swanson. For the Illini, they take their first lead. Stumler's going to have to try to split the block if Chris Thomas fighting Illini. There you see, looking for career win number 100 tonight. He knows what it takes to bring a team deep into the tournament. There's a service error for the Illini. He had the Illini in the Final Four not too long ago.
Yeah, in 2018, they went to the championship and were defeated by other Big Ten school, Nebraska, so they didn't get all the way to the finals.
Eleanor Bevan serving for the Wildcats. Illinois a little out of system. Free ball for Kentucky. Grome sets Stumler. Nice save by Walker. Grome sends it over. Cooney with a break. Uses the tape.
Missed opportunity for the Wildcats. They had a free ball, and Stumler in a one-on-one situation. They're going to have to capitalize against this team because they won't get extra free balls.
Well, that started with a great pass and the perfect set by Grome, and Ronnie Taylor, the color Z, puts it down to make it 3-3.
Taylor just played one of the 3 sets last night against SEMO. No signs that she was injured or anything, but
Craig Skinner was getting good productivity off his bench. Lauren Thorpe checks in. He's serving. Kentucky got a piece of it, but another winner for Illinois. It's Raina Terry. West Virginia had no answers for Raina Terry last night. The 6'3" sophomore from Moringa, Ohio. Kylie Bruder to serve it. Just clears the tape. Stumler goes over the block. That's Terry. Nice pass from Beck. Taylor hits an unstoppable ball off the hands of Caroline Barnes. Wildcats tie it up again. Maddie Skinner checks in. Allie Stumler to serve it, the senior, 3-time All-American, and the SEC Player of the Year. Stumler 11 kills last night at 400 for the Wildcats. Terry off the hands of the Wildcat defenders. Illinois slips back out on top. Jessica Nunji checks in. Another member of the Illini who was active last night. 13 kills for Nunji last night. Addie Skinner rolls it. Had a lot of success against SEMO with it, but Illinois was ready and turns it in to a 2-point lead. Once again, thanks to Raina Terry.
Terry out of the back row. West Virginia tried last night to roll shot against this team, and they're very, very quick responding to the off-speed shot.
Heads up play by Grome, but a big chance here for Illinois. Maddie Skinner knocks it back. And again off the hands of the block of the right side. And the big swing by Jessica Ncaa. And it's a 3-point Illinois lead.
Illinois attackers just hitting the ball hard and hitting the ball high, catching the Kentucky blockers with their hands out of position. And that'll result in a kill almost every time.
Wildcats never trailed by more than one last night. The set to Taylor, slices it through the defense. Ronnie Taylor, another all-conference performer for the Wildcats. And a veteran, but as Kathy said, played just the one set. 5 kills, though, in set number 1. Quick attack. Nicely done, Diana Brown. Redshirt junior from Columbus, Ohio. At the Wildcats napping. And Kennedy Collins checks in. What a night she had. 11 kills. Hit 350. A couple of service aces. 6 digs. Skinner. And again, Wildcats keep it alive, but Illinois can take advantage. Big play by Thorpe. Skinner cranks it. Illinois saves it. Bella Bell on the slide as Kentucky takes advantage of the free ball.
And these are the kind of rallies we're going to see all night. We saw them do it with West Virginia. This is a very stingy defensive team in Illinois, and so are the Wildcats. And so they're not going to give up points easily. And teams are going to have to, each team, the winning team's going to have to be persistent on these long rallies.
Wildcats pulled it within 1. SEC versus Big Ten. Greg Skinner in his 17th year has taken every Kentucky team he's coached to the Ncaa tournament, culminating in the championship last year. Cats are down 1 with Emma Grome serving. Ace for the Wildcats. Emma Grome had an ace last night. They're tied again. Kentucky has erased a 3-point deficit.
They'll go after Cooney on serve receive and test her.
Evans sends it over. Wildcats with a big chance. Skinner. Cooper couldn't handle it, and the Wildcats take just their second lead. They broke out 1-0. Since then, it had been all Illinois until this last run by the Wildcats. That's 4 straight.
Both teams not allowing roll shots and tip balls to go down. Making people swing, making the other team swing.
It's the first service error of the year for Emma Grome. Taylor again making Illinois work hard on defense. That's long. Illini retake the lead.
Skinner trying to go cross body into that deep corner.
Had a lot of luck with that last night, but didn't have it just then, just where she needed it. Brown to serve it. Quick set, Bella Bell.
Nice pass by Allie Stumbler, started that off, opened up that gap.
Bella Bell so productive last night.
6 blocks on the night. Just a force at the net for this Kentucky team.
That's Cooney. And again, success on that left side for Illinois. Illini with a definite plan tonight, coach. Hit that left side of the Kentucky defense. Our right, their left. Ncaa to serve. off the hands of Bevan. Illinois slips back out to a 2-point lead. A heads-up play by Cooney.
Absolutely. And, Illinois just playing what Chris Thomas calls it, we'll just drag you into the mud. He said, well, you know, we don't need to win pretty and stuff. We're going to roll it. We're going to tip it. We're going to hit it off your block.
Reagan Rutherford with a big left hand.
Reagan Rutherford said, nah, not here. Not that time. Nothing ugly about that. She bounces one.
Sophomore from Missouri City, Texas. Now Eleanor Bevan, the Louisville native, serving for the Wildcats. Libero of the year in the SEC. Cooney.
Cooney just having her way right now with the Kentucky block. She's not trying to avoid them. She's just hitting the ball with pace off the edges of the block. And the block is actually knocking the ball down, keeping it away from the diggers because they're just getting a piece of it.
Cooney can get off the floor, and she's 6'4" in the ace for Illinois. Sumner can't handle it. Illini once again back out to a 3-point lead, and Cooper will serve again.
Serving the front row outside hitter, which on the Kentucky side right now is Stumler, making her pass before she prepares to hit, and they'll stay right after her.
Once again, the tip does not fly against Illinois. But the Kentucky defense gets it done. Rutherford over there on that right side. Now Lauren Thorpe checks in to serve once again. Thorpe, another Louisville native. Mercy Academy, just like Eleanor Bevan. And as always, Thorpe just clears the tape and scores the ace.
Both teams scoring with their serving, both of them with 2 aces already early in this match.
Thorpe with 20 aces on the year now. Kennedy Collins with the perfect set. Just a couple of inches over the net. And we have reached 15. There's timeout on the floor. Illinois with a 2-point lead on the homestanding Kentucky Wildcats. Back in a minute on ESPN Plus. Back at the Lexington Sub-Regional, Dick Gabriel, Kathy DeBoer, SEC versus Big Ten here at Memorial Coliseum. So far, Coach, the Big Ten with a bit more success in the Ncaa tournament this year.
Yeah, both of them have put somebody in the regionals. Florida has advanced to the round of 16, and Purdue survived to the round of 16. Everybody else playing to get to that round tonight. But yeah, 3 teams from the SEC gone. And the Big Ten losing Michigan last night as they got beat by Ball State.
They only lost by a Big Ten team last night. Mississippi State, a little bit of a disappointment in that the Bulldogs finished second to Kentucky in the SEC.
It's down 3-2 to Hawaii.
No shame there. And again, off the hands of the Kentucky defense, the Illini's Raina Terry out of the timeout makes it a 3-point game again. Raina Terry already off to a great start. 4 kills, 7 swings, hitting .429. Illini look for their biggest lead. But Wildcats able to cut it to 2 on the service error by Kylie Gruber. Stumler will serve it. Maddie Skinner checks back in. Mariah Walker. Cats look for more offense. Stumler scored last night consistently from the back row, we might point out. She said she took inspiration from the way Maddie Skinner was scoring from the back row. Wow. Well, you just can't let Raina Terry wind up and crank it like that.
Well, Raina Terry had been moving, taking the ball off the hands down the line over and over again, high off the hands. So Taylor pressing in there and opening up that cross-court angle. Usually you can't put one down on Eleanor Bevan, but that ball had some pace.
Taylor tries for a little payback, but she's long. And it's a 4-point Illinois lead. There you see Illinois' resume. Strength of schedule, RPI, very impressive. And Coming in to last night's action, 6 wins in their last 10. Maddie Skinner, a cross-body. That time, she was where she needed to start.
She was, yeah, absolutely perfect pass. Ball out to the outside. She didn't have to cut it back as far as she did the time that she missed it. But Kentucky hitting errors are, you know, Taylor's got one, Skinner's got one. Illinois is going to make them pay if they make hitting errors.
Ncaa again. Tried to cut it.
Bell
that violation.
Bell thought she had a chance at that ball and reached out. Instead of the ball, she got the net.
That could be costly for the Wildcats. Illinois now 19-15. Collins serving again. But gives it right back. Third service error by Illinois. The Wildcats' resume, SEC champion. Strong strength of schedule and RPI. Good dig by Bevan. Grom quickly sets Bella Bell.
And that's Bella Bell, the one. Certainly the dig, perfectly delivered. But that's also Bella Bell getting off the block and getting back to the net. Making the turn is what we call it, and when the middles do that, boy, your transition offense can really click along.
But the point goes to Illinois. And it's 2017. Now, I must confess I did not see the violation they called on the Wildcats. Ryan Walker to serve. Kentucky needs a run. Tough against this Illinois defense. And tough against the middle Kyla Swanson. Rising and scoring her second kill.
Illinois distributing the ball. Dee Brown, just like she did last night, distributing the ball very, very well to all of her attackers, keeping Kentucky off balance defensively.
A quick set to Bella Bell. That one's good for Kentucky.
That one's down, so we must have missed a net call.
Yep. Well, the Wildcats didn't bat an eye either after they awarded the point to Illinois. Bevan to serve it again. Wildcats erased a 3-point deficit early, but it's getting late in the set. Opportunity here. And it's Rutherford going off speed, and that's a rarity to watch that drop in front of the Illini.
Yeah, Taylor Cooper stays deep because Rutherford's gone down the line on her, and Rutherford sees that she stayed back.
Good peripheral vision.
Cat and mouse game here with Diggers and
Stumbler rolled at Illinois ready, but a miss hit.
everybody saw it. The problem was it was yours, mine, ours, nobody's.
That started with a great serve. Kind of a ragged point, but Kentucky will take it, and Illinois wants to talk it over. Chris Thomas pulls his team together. Illinois had jumped out to 21-17. Here Kentucky has erased 3 points of that advantage.
And a lot of it is just offensive efficiency. They've picked it up because Illinois is giving them nothing offensively right now and stuff. I mean, they've got 2 hitting errors, but both of them are on blocks and stuff. At this point in the match, Illinois 5 kills on 32 swings. They have not hit a ball out of bounds or into the net. So their efficiency up over 400. Whereas Kentucky, just 1 block by Illinois. They've made 3 attacking errors, and that really, Kentucky is in a favored position here to be down only 1 point with that difference in efficiency.
There you see what kind of season the Illini have had. 12-8 in the Big Ten, Kathy. Always tough.
Yeah, the Big Ten, 8 teams in the championship. They usually get more look at themselves as having the toughest conference in the country from top to bottom. And this Illinois team finishing 7th in that league, which doesn't sound terribly impressive, but if you look at the seeded teams ahead of them, Wisconsin at number 2, and several others seeded. Kentucky and Florida, the only 2 seeded teams coming out of the SEC.
One of the 4 Kentucky losses this year to Wisconsin on the road. A terrific environment up there in Madison. Wildcats played them tough, but Wisconsin wins it. Kentucky learns. Another loss to top-ranked Louisville for the Wildcats. Kentucky led in the 5th set in that one. Dig by Grom. Bevan runs it down. Rutherford didn't have much of a chance at it, but Illinois does. Free ball for the Wildcats. Stumbler with a tip. Didn't have a whole lot of choice, but made it work.
Yeah, not what she would have wanted. And so Emma Grove just not quite timing that ball up with Stumbler. As you can see, she wanted it quicker because she was on her way down by the time it got there. But Allie Stumbler, senior, one of the most creative outside hitters out there, made it work.
Bevan to serve. The Wildcats have tied it up. They've erased a 4-point deficit. But Kyla Swanson rises and says, we'll take the lead.
And that's all Dee Brown right there. That ball was very, very tight to the net. Dee Brown goes up, makes it work. Taking it past Taylor.
3 kills for Swanson and 6 swings, no errors. And the mistake by Allie Stumbler leads to the easy kill for Kennedy Collins.
There'll be a timeout coming here.
Greg Skinner wants to talk to his team, so Kentucky scoring out of the timeout not once but twice.
And that
rather
doesn't
letting
count as
Illinois
an ace.
score twice.
Yeah, that doesn't count as an ace, but it might as well because it's easy pickings for a middle of Kennedy Collins' size and skill to kill that ball. So
Collins last night, 11 kills, a block solo, 4 block assists, and 2 aces.
Illinois right now picking up where they left off last night. They struggled early in the first set, dropping the set to West Virginia, really on a lot of their own giveaways. About half of their hitting errors were in that first set. Then they tightened it up, and they've picked up there, again, at 17 kills on 36 swings. They don't have a hitting error. They've been blocked twice. Here's last night's stats. Dee Brown, 53 assists and 14 digs, and then Terry and Cooney cleaning it up for him, 18 and 15 respectively.
Benefited from the great match by Diana Brown.
And Chris Thomas says Diana Brown became the starting setter as a freshman, replacing a legendary setter who was setting for our Olympic team in Tokyo this summer, but took her place. Dee Brown did as a freshman and has never relinquished that setting position, and you can see why tonight.
Average 10 assists per set. Good for 15th in the NCAA, 3rd in the Big Ten.
Replaced Jordan Poulter, just like Emma Grome here, replaced the outstanding Madison Lilly.
Allie Stumbler doing everything she could to keep that alive. Stumbler in on the defense as well. Stumbler has to roll it, but a great save by Illinois. And the joust. Off the hands of the defense. And both teams really giving it all they had on that point. And now it's
absolutely. Allie Stumbler absolutely almost comes over the table here.
Into our laps,
making that save. But then, yeah, guess who cleans it up? Raina Terry taking it high off Taylor's hands. You'll hear from the crowd here and somewhat from the athletes on the court and the coaches, they want the second ball called as a double. And but where volleyball is going, this started internationally and it's now happening in college, is the officials are letting a lot more go on the second contact. a bunch of years ago, they started calling the first contact quite loosely. If you didn't catch it and throw it, you could erp it wherever you wanted to. But they were still calling the second contact quite tight. And now, in the interest of having the ball stay in play, spectators love the ball staying in play. Coaches and athletes aren't quite used to it yet, and they want to see those double hit calls. Couple of set points here for Illinois.
Wildcats have twice erased 3-point deficits, but they have not yet been able to take a lead on Illinois to put enough pressure on the Illini. Kentucky's led by 1 only a couple of times here in set number 1, so at least one goal for Chris Thomas, get off to a better start. They've already accomplished that and then some.
They've accomplished that in spades. You know, again, going, at least at this point in time, going through this first set without a hitting error. Now the 2 blocks count as hitting errors, but you have not. You've always stressed the defense when you're getting blocked, not giving away one single ball here into the net or out of bounds. Kentucky gave away 3, and that may be the difference to get us to this point.
Cooper serving. Sets Rutherford, and it works. Out of the timeout, the Wildcats got it to 2.
Reagan Rutherford there, just hitting the ball deep in the court stuff. Just don't make a mistake. Hit the ball deep in the court. Stress the defense. Something the sophomore is learning how to do.
Thorpe will serve it. Goes deep into the corner herself. Thorpe with a dig. Devin sets Stumler. There's Cooper. Raina Terry ends things in set number 1 for Illinois with her 7th kill of the night. 25-22, Illinois. Kentucky loses a first set for the first time since October 6th of this year against Mississippi State. Illini 1, Wildcats nothing. We're back in a minute here on ESPN+. Back at Memorial Coliseum in Lexington, Dick Gabriel, Kathy DeBoer, the Wildcats trailing at 1-0 for the first time in 2 months here at home, falling to Mississippi State back then. If you take a look at the numbers, Kathy, a little bit of a surprise. The Wildcats hit 355, but look at what Illinois accomplished.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Illinois gave them absolutely nothing. This is a team that on the season is hitting 225, and they hit 405, okay? Only 2 hitting errors, and they were Kentucky stuff blocks. So out of 42 swings, 19 kills. So they had their way with Kentucky. Kentucky's defense is going to have to tighten up, and Illinois, if they don't give them any points, and Kentucky has to play, you got to play perfectly if you're going to match a team that's playing perfectly.
Kentucky defense on that right side, a little susceptible to the big swingers in orange and blue.
Raina Terry moved the ball around really, really well. She went off she tipped on Grome early, then went off of her hands later, and then started drilling the ball on the cross-court angle when they moved the block out to the outside. So Terry really just having her way.
7 kills, 13 swings, just 1 error for Terry. 462. Megan Cooney, 4 of 11, 364. Devin didn't get a clean pass. Wildcats may pay the price. Defense, what were we talking about?
And that's what they need to do, yeah. Get their defense in a position here where they put a dent into some of these Illinois attackers, Cooney and Terry particularly.
Raya Walker will serve it. Sophomore from Sarasota, Florida. Set Stumler. That's Cooney. Rescue by Rutherford. Bella Bell puts it over. Saved by Illinois. Stumler. And again, she can go off speed when she has to. Can't do that very often against this Illinois team, but Stumler's done it twice.
Yeah. Well, she's also hitting the cross-body shot down the line, so
Freezes.
Brown, as the defender, has to make a decision.
Bevan again. Walker runs it down. Free ball. Quick set, Swanson. But it's out of bounds. No, it's not. Sorry, beg your pardon.
And their middles right now have been flawless. So Swanson with 4 kills and Collins with 2, 0 errors. So they've just done whatever they wanted to when they've gotten set.
Illinois did a terrific job of rescuing that shot, playing defense and turning it into great offense.
Transition volleyball, that's what Chris Thomas wants his team to play. He said, we're just going to play transition volleyball with you. Could be ugly, but we're going to keep it in play.
Stumler with a quick set from
There
Groom.
she got the tempo that she wanted from Groom, going out to the outside where she was going to get the hole in the block.
Setter of the year to the player of the year in the SEC. That happened a lot this year. And now the libero of the year. Great serve, just cleared the net. Ace for Kentucky. Second of the night. And the first time Kentucky's led by 2. Beg your pardon, second time. Both in this set. Home with a dig. Bevan runs it down. Rutherford got a good swing. That's Terry. And again
what?
off the hands.
Guess what? That's Terry down the line, off of the top of the Kentucky block. See what kind of adjustments here this Kentucky block is going to make here, because this is just candy for Raina Terry right now.
She's again gets up well, and she's 6'3". And it's Taylor with the tip, and Illinois can't run it down. And Ronnie Taylor here in set number 2 after playing just 1 set last night. All-conference performer for the Wildcats. 3 times Defensive Player of the Week. And it's Kennedy Collins going off speed, but Kentucky rescues. Collins again, Thorpe with a dig. Heads up play by Stumler. And she finishes it off.
Allie Stumler recycling the first ball, doing it on purpose, hitting it off of the block here. Great save. Ball goes out to the outside, hitting it off the block, recycling, so she gets a second swing and making the kill on the angle. Really, really good volleyball by Allie Stumler.
Angle. What a play by Groom and Stumler. But Raina Terry almost finished it off. Free ball for the Wildcats. Groom with a quick attack. And Kentucky leads by 4 for the first time tonight. Ragged volleyball, but it paid off for Kentucky. Talk about winning ugly. They won that point. Maybe the ugliest point of the night.
Absolutely. Both teams here being very stingy defensively, running balls down. The officials letting them play. Chris Thomas is challenging here and challenging a touch.
If you didn't know what was going on and you came in and watched that point, it wouldn't take long to deduce that these teams are fighting for their lives, literally, their postseason lives. Nobody obviously wants to finish up tonight.
Absolutely, absolutely, and just both teams making saves. So here we are with the challenge rule. We're not in the experimental challenge rule this time. We are actually using the NCAA challenge rule. Emma Grome taking that ball down to the floor. So the rules on challenge is that each bench gets 3 in the first 4 sets. And you don't get them back if you win. You just get 3, win or lose. And Chris Thomas.
Illinois believes that at one point Kentucky, and I wondered about this, Kathy, that Kentucky had 4 hits during the rally at one point.
That the block and then the ball, that the officials lost count here, and I think it was in the dig that Grome had that just barely went over the net. So that is a challengeable call. Is ball contact with player and counting the numbers. Ball in or out, we're not talking about here, but you usually see a net foul or a touch by a player or a foot fault are the things that can be challenged. So Chris Thomas, sure enough of this one that he's going to use one of them.
You saw the Kentucky dance number happening. The Kentucky bench has the choreography down, but you don't see it very often. Anders Nelson had to go over and interrupt one of the players, Reagan Rutherford, and have a word with her about strategy. Take another look.
Look at our
1.
Here's 1, 2, 3. Nothing wrong there.
No. The next possession. Unless we didn't rewind it enough, I don't see anything.
Yeah, I don't know where they would have come up with 4. Yeah, the block doesn't count as a contact, so yeah, we'll have to just find out
now,
from the officials.
If you're joining us tonight for the first time, and we do appreciate that, last night in one of the matches we had a couple of challenges where you could have gone to the kitchen and made a sandwich in the time it took them to decide it. But folks, this is the NCAA tournament. Every point is huge.
The interesting thing is there are 3 officials here. The guy in the black mask who's looking at us, Keith Merles, is the 3rd official, because you always have 3 officials at an NCAA match. Hopefully one of the things that coaches want is that the 3rd official becomes the replay official, and they do that because they don't want the down official to be put in a situation where they may have to overrule one of their own calls. So this wouldn't be that situation, but it could be. It could be a net call or a touch call, and the down official having to overrule themselves, so get a 3rd party to look at it. The SEC has done that for a couple of years now. Did it this last year with a table official, an extra official being the replay official. Looks like there is a decision here. The down official now explains it to the score table, and now she's going to let us know. 4 contacts. So Chris Thomas correct.
Must have been another part of the rally that we didn't just see on a replay, and now they're explaining it to Craig Skinner. Apparently came at the very beginning of the play.
Yeah, that's where it is, right there. Yeah, because Taylor came down off the block and contacted the ball. That would have been 1 and 2.
Yep.
She blocked it and then contacted. So good call, good correction made by the officiating
System
crew.
worked.
Yeah, absolutely. And our guys had it too. So thanks to the good camera work where we could see what this was about.
So instead of 7-3, 6-4, 2-point turnaround, 2-point swing, and Bruder to serve. Team's got a long rest. Saved by Walker. Nice dig by Barnes. Cooper working overtime. And again off the hands. Terry makes it 6-5.
Be interesting to see if Kentucky adjusts. Look at where Raina Terry is playing 4 or 5 feet off of that back line. They may have to dedicate their middle back here to go chase those balls that Raina Terry's hitting off the top of the block.
Stumler had no choice but to go off speed. And that gave Illinois a big chance for Kennedy Collins. We're tied at 6. Only the second
Emma is going to have to get Allie Stumler more sets where she can hit in rhythm, because the roll shots are not going to go down on this Illinois team, and Allie Stumler just not getting a lot of swings where she can swing in rhythm.
Ruder again, serving for the 3rd time. Maddie Skinner trying to go off speed, setting Raina Terry, but she's wide. Rare mistake.
And so Craig Skinner has started breathing again, thinking that he was going to play against a team that wasn't going to make a hitting error the entire night. So Raina Terry making the first hitting error that this Illinois team has made here tonight, and we're a third of the way into the 2nd set.
Not many last night against West Virginia. A rifle shot by Kennedy Collins, cutting right through the Kentucky defense. We're tied for the 3rd time.
Illinois team really, really good at hitting the corners. Nobody puts a defender into the corners like that, and they've showed us that shot several times today and a couple of times yesterday.
Net violation on the Wildcats.
Kentucky just really out of system right now.
Craig Skinner wants an explanation. Was that a carry? They're saying Taylor basically threw it over the net. Taylor's saying my palm was down.
Play's gonna go on here, so how quick can you recover? Is going to be the question at this point for Kentucky.
What a play by Cooper. Cooper again. Another violation on the Wildcats.
Net violation on Maddie Skinner, which she is denying. Won't matter. The official says that's what I saw. So Kentucky very much out of sync right now with their attacking, having to roll shot to this Illinois team, and they're saying thank you very much. We'll show you transition.
5-1 run. Stumler stops it.
Stops the bleeding from the back row.
Bella Bell checks back in. Wildcats get more size up front. As explosive as Ronnie Taylor is, she is not the tallest Wildcat on the roster. Good dig by Taylor. Another hitting error by Illinois. Tied up. Illinois is so long though, Kat, to your point about the tips and the rolls, it just seems like there are orange arms everywhere.
Well, and they're covering the tip ball with the offside hitter, and they're just, I mean, it's a gift what Maddie Skinner is giving them right now in the roll shot over the top.
Jessica Nunji doing a great job covering. That's Nunji with a swing. And somehow Illinois keeps it alive. Skinner powers it through the 2 blockers.
And that's what Maddie Skinner's got to do. Not hit into the block, but hit off of the block. She's going to have to hit with pace. The roll shot will not go unless it's really set up with hard-driven balls.
Cooney with a miss hit, but Terry runs it down. Thanks for the Wildcats. Bella Bell makes it work. Kentucky back out on top by 2.
Nice recovery here by Kentucky after getting out of system here. This one completely on rhythm. Bella Bell bouncing it in front of a bunch of Illinois defenders. Nobody had a chance.
Taylor. And another free ball for the Wildcats. That time, Groom put it right where Maddie Skinner needed it.
High and to the outside for Maddie Skinner. She gets the kill.
Chris Thomas wants to talk to his team. The Illini down 3, and will step out. Kentucky 12, Illinois 9. Back in a minute. ESPN Plus. Back in Lexington, Dick Gabriel, Kathy DeBoer. Illinois with a 1-0 lead on the Wildcats, who lead it here in set number 2. There you see Texas has eliminated Rice and moves on to the 3rd round. They're also playing down the road in Louisville, where the top-ranked Louisville Cardinals knocked off UIC, and then a little bit later on in about 8 minutes takes on Cardinals against Cardinals. Ball State, which shocked Michigan. Miami moved on after the win over South Alabama, but eliminated by the Florida Gators. So the SEC represented well by Mary Wise's team, and out of the timeout, it's Illinois cutting into the deficit.
Using Raina Terry in the back row that time, just the way, same way Kentucky used Allie Stumler to get them out of a deficit a few minutes ago.
Kennedy Collins. Bella Bell has been absolutely valuable off the bench for Kentucky last night and tonight.
And Groom will need they need to pass well enough where they can use their middles to split up this block. If they just leave it all on Stumler and Maddie Skinner hitting against 2 blockers and a set defense from the outside, it would be difficult.
Heads up play by the Wildcats, but a free ball for Illinois. Illinois misses an opportunity. Skinner. Cooper with a nice dig. Man, is she tough. Off the hands of the Wildcats. That's the winner by Ncaa. Illinois back to within 2.
They're just absolutely wearing the paint off of the floor in the deep right-hand corner. Going off of the Kentucky block high.
D. Brown serving. Brown's dig becomes an overpass. Wildcats survive it. Skinner had to go off speed. Home with a dig. Maddie Skinner with a block solo.
On Megan Cooney, Maddie Skinner, one-on-one, takes care of it. That's the way to change momentum.
Megan Cooney, all Big Ten first team, playing in her 147th career match. Follow the Iron Man. That's Cooney.
Making Groom play the first ball.
Off the hand of D. Brown, Reagan Rutherford. So the strategy.
Nice job by Bevan and stuff, but you'll see everybody makes the other team setter play the first ball, so take them out of the offense.
See if Walker goes at Brown here. Goes at Cooney. And Brown sets her perfectly.
And Cooney has an interesting where she lets the ball drop here. Really hard ball to block and stuff, because she actually lets it fall down and then goes after that strong angle. See if Bevan adjusts to take that away.
Rutherford goes off speed and makes it work. Didn't really have any choice. Taylor checks in for Bella Bell. Bevan to serve it. 15 digs last night, 2 assists, or 2 rather aces. That's time she couldn't handle it.
Raina Terry has rotated back up to the front row. Picks up her 11th kill already.
Wow.
We are halfway through the second set, and she's got 11.
Actually 12 now. They just updated. Nice pass by Walker. Got the defense there for the Illini. And again. Boy, Dee Brown almost made a great play, but Kennedy Collins just couldn't work it over. The Wildcats doggedly kept slamming it over, and finally they make it 17-13.
This is where your training comes in, because there's a lot of balls being hit. Allie Stumler already hit 25. Raina Terry already 22. Cooney already hit 22.
No touch by the Wildcats. They're up 5. Illinois with a 1-0 lead in the match. Kentucky looking to tie it up. Timeout, Illinois. What is Chris Thomas going to tell his team to try to snap this Kentucky momentum?
Yeah, he's gonna tell them to hit high off the hands and do not hit the ball out of bounds. So they have shown that they are at least a somewhat human volleyball team here in this second set, where they've had a couple of hitting errors, a couple of them caused by the Kentucky block. Definitely Maddie Skinner having a one-on-one solo. But Illinois also having some trouble with Kentucky serving. So we've talked so much about what a tough serving team Illinois is, and they are. They're giving Kentucky plenty of trouble, but Kentucky is giving it to them right back, and they're going after Megan Cooney when she's passing. Allie Stumler, 6 kills right now on 23 swings, only hitting .217, but she only has 1 error. So Stumler just not getting a lot of opportunities here to swing in rhythm. When she does, she hits it well and stuff. There we see her recycling the ball to get a second swing. That's a senior making a really veteran play that you just have to learn how to do.
Well, she made a play like that recycling last year in the championship match, where she laid out and somehow kept the ball alive, scrambled to her feet, and a split second later hit a winner. Just an amazing athlete.
Amazing athlete and a really, really good volleyball player.
Yeah.
She's going to be able to make a living doing this sport. Sturdy, stays healthy, works really hard, great attitude. She's got a great career ahead of her.
Great recruiting get for Craig Skinner, obviously out of Floyd Knobs, Indiana. But once again, Illinois out of the timeout, goes right to the bread and butter, at least one of several bread and butter options, Raina Terry.
And Raina Terry, just Kentucky block having a lot more trouble than usual here containing Raina Terry. That ball was going to her all the way. It was not a good pass, and yet she scores.
Nice job by the Illini to stay alive. And the aforementioned Miss Stumler ends it with a big smile.
Nice, we call it a go. Fastball out to the outside. You can see Kennedy Collins has no chance to close that block. Allie Stumler one-on-one, deadly.
Kind of the opposite of going across your body. Boy, that started with a nice pass by Cooper.
Kentucky block up and down early, so different types of arm swings here on this Illinois team. And the Kentucky block really up and down before Kennedy Collins gets to the ball, and she gets the kill.
Raina Terry serving. Boy, Grome set it perfectly for Maddie Skinner. Went up, as you said, she has to, off the high hands.
We've been seeing Raina Terry do it over and over again, and Maddie Skinner returns the favor, going off of Dee Brown's hands.
Ronnie Taylor will serve. Illinois looks for that late run the Wildcats put on in the last set. And it starts perhaps with Kennedy Collins.
Just a great set by Dee Brown, because not a great pass by Cooney Collins, who Kentucky is picking on serve receive, but D. Brown makes this into a kill by getting it to Kennedy Collins.
Collins 7 for 12, hitting 500 with the one error. Well, that time, Kyla Swanson rejecting Maddie Skinner.
And Skinner trying to go cross court with this. She's had success going high off the block, but that time she challenges Swanson, and Swanson said, I'm up to this task.
Literally up, 6-4. Back row stumbler. Stumbler keeps it alive. Big chance for the Illini. Net violation. Wildcats
Bella Bell in the net. Allie Stumbler making the adjustment here in the backcourt stuff to handle that ball high off the hands. But Bella Bell getting tangled in the net and taking away the opportunity for Kentucky to transition.
Well, I mentioned Illinois needs that late run, and the Illini have gotten it. That's 3 straight points. That brings Craig Skinner off the bench. Timeout, Kentucky.
This is just a great volleyball match. If you like to look at different strategic moves, both of these teams just have their defenses where hitters like to attack the ball. You can see they've studied each other and making adjustments here within the match. Kentucky adjusting their defense to take away the ball that's hit high off the hands on the block. Illinois adjusting their defense by having the offside blocker come in and pick up the tip ball, so Kentucky's tips no longer can go down. They were working over the right side digger and now changing their tip defense. So both coaches and teams here making adjustments as the match goes on.
Illinois hitting .318 for the match, hit .306 last night in the win over West Virginia. Wildcats hitting .293 overall, .250 in the current set. Last night, Illinois with 5 players in double-figure kills. Is that a double touch, Coach?
No, because you block the ball and then you get a touch. So she was still in the motion of blocking and then dug the ball afterwards, so that's legal.
So a 2-point lead now for the Wildcats, who led by as many as 5. Out of the timeout, the Wildcats get just what they wanted.
And when you get the good pass now, Maddie Skinner, Allie Stumbler in rhythm on the outside. They will deliver.
Grown with a perfect set, she'll serve it. Could not get the pancake, and Illinois goes off speed at just the right time.
Ncaa, they've been hitting high off the block. Ncaa, once she has the defense set deep, just tips it in front of Grown.
Rutherford could not clear the tape, but a violation on Illinois.
Get a challenge here. Chris Thomas going to use his second.
Yeah.
Or is he not? I think he is going to use
his second. He's got the green card in his hand, yeah.
This is the place where you need challenges if you're going to use them. The initial ruling is that this ball did not cross the net, but if it touches the Illinois block, which is what the officials said. The officials said that the ball touched the Illinois block before, so now it's off the block out of bounds instead of into the net and out of bounds. Angle that we have, Dick, is I think this challenge is going to fail.
That looks like it's off the block.
Yeah, that the block touches it, even though the ball was clearly tangling with the net, whether it was ever going to go over or not. The official saying it did hit the blocker's hands and then went out of bounds. Officials fairly quick here on this call.
Point for the Wildcats. They lead at 22-19. Again, nice camera work by our guys and gals.
2 challenges done now for the Illinois bench out of their 3. They get 3 in the first 4 sets, and they've used 2 of them. They've won 1 and they lost the other.
As we mentioned earlier, unlike the rule in the SEC, which they tried this year, you don't get them back, even if you win it. Cooney wide. Good serve by Raina Walker. Illinois a little bit off balance.
The Iron Woman here. One of the things that Chris Thomas says about his team, sometimes they get in their heads, make mistakes. That's what makes him grind his teeth.
Thrown to the rescue. Devin sets. Opportunity for Kentucky. That's Stumler. Off the hands of the Illini. Set point for Kentucky. Wildcats 1 point from tying the match.
Stumler returning the favor that had been given so liberally by the Illinois State, or by the Illinois team, going off the hands.
Brown to the rescue. Not a bad serve by Raina Walker, but Illinois with a hustle play.
Brown finding Swanson, who showed up behind her.
Yep. Ncaa to serve it. Rutherford with a big swing off the hands. And the Wildcats win it 25-20. They tie the match, 1 apiece here in Lexington.
So Reagan Rutherford has been the key offensive person here for this Kentucky team with 9 kills, getting that her 9th, 0 errors out of 13 swings. So she and Allie Stumler have been carrying the water here in this 2nd set and put Kentucky in a position where it's all tied up.
Illinois hit 405 in the 1st set, Coach, 229 here in the 2nd. Why the difference?
Well, the 2nd set is much more what Illinois did on the year. Now, again, it's statisticians and broadcasters who talk about regression to the mean, but that is more what Illinois hits during the year and stuff. So they had 7 hitting errors in this particular set. And in the 1st set, as we talked about, they had 2, and they were Kentucky stuff blocks. They didn't hit a single ball out of bounds. That was the difference.
I thought Kentucky made Illinois work a lot harder in the 2nd set.
And Kentucky changed their defense around to cover the tip ball that was going high off the hands into the backcourt, where that wasn't an automatic anymore. Illinois, on the other hand, did the same thing by covering the tips and roll shots from the left side attacker roll.
So it's Kentucky 1, Illinois 1. The Wildcats and the Illini locked up in a good one. Big Ten versus SEC here in the NCAA tournament. The Wildcats trying to defend their NCAA championship. We're back with set number 3 in just a minute here on ESPN+. For the Illini, Raina Terry really stressing the Kentucky defense from the left side, and Megan Cooney from the right side last night. Let's see if Illinois goes that way more often here in the 3rd set. Hey, what do you know?
Megan Cooney, the Iron Woman, played more sets, more matches than any player in Illinois history. Durable, versatile,
staying
off the
healthy
block.
too.
Staying healthy. 5 years. Grad returner.
Kennedy Collins takes advantage of the free ball. Illinois off to a good start.
Reagan Rutherford running this ball down, but delivering a free ball, and a free ball here is going to go to the middle most of the time, and the middles have been very, very efficient for Illinois.
Rutherford with that big left arm, is Illinois ready? Terry will try it again. This time she punches it through Bella Bell.
Bella Bell is there, just mistimed the block. She's She's in position, and you can see her walk away with authority, irritated with herself that she should have had that block.
Taylor Cooper. 4.5 digs per set. It's another service error. She was 5th in the Big Ten in digs, and we have seen her hard at work tonight defensively. Bud delivers the first service error of the 3rd set. Bevan can't keep it in bounds. And Illinois stretches it back out to a 3-point lead.
Generally, Bevan, when she gets the ball on her arms, is tough to beat, but this Illinois team just hitting the ball with pace, so even when Bella Bell is in position to dig it, not able to control that one, and they make her pay by going after her on serve receive.
Bevan chases it down. Stumler had to give it a little roll, and Illinois was ready for it, but that's long. Kennedy Collins got a good swipe at it. She's been deadly with those cross-court shots.
Collins giving a free one away, but she had most of the court to swing into. Unusual error for her, and just her 2nd.
Lauren Thorpe checking in. 10 digs or more 6 times this year, serving specialist. How about the quick attack by Dee Brown?
Allie Stumler saw it coming, but saw it too late. And having to track Kennedy Collins going away, and Dee Brown just going back over her shoulder here. Nice play by the senior setter.
Veteran play. Stumler again.
Getting away with the tip ball down the line, and said we've seen Illinois cover the tips from both the line digger, as was done this time, or from the offside attacker.
Stumler, the freshman of the year 4 years ago. Each year after that, an All-American. Once again, Bevan just can't handle the rocket shot, and you're right, we haven't seen much of that this year. Illinois, big swingers.
Heavy arms. Megan Cooney getting her 8th kill.
Kennedy Collins. Skinner thought she had gone through the block, and indeed she did. Ultimately successful. Bella Bell checks back in.
Ronnie Taylor serving for the Wildcats.
Taylor drops back to serve. She and Maddie Brezowitz have a podcast called Coffee with Brez and Z. How about an ace?
Taylor getting an ace. She's been fairly quiet. We haven't, no blocks. There's 1 block at this point in time, and not a lot of attacking coming out of Ajani Taylor, but she's saying, hey, I'm here, and I'll score from the back row.
4 kills to go with that ace. That's in. Raina Terry goes down the line from the right side. Illinois back to a 2-point lead. Illini have not trailed here in set number 3.
Out of the back row, down the line. That's just a great shot.
Skinner tries the cross body, but can't get a touch. 3-point lead for Illinois.
Right idea. She had the opening. Just missed the court.
Dee Brown, the tournament MVP of the Redbird Classic earlier this year. Back row Stumler. Megan Cooney off the hands of the Wildcats, and Bevan got a piece of it, but Stumler was giving chase as well. Now Illinois up 4. Timeout Kentucky. Greg Skinner doesn't want to see the Illini get any further ahead. Match is tied at 1. Illinois 9, Kentucky 5. We're back to Sub-regional in Lexington in just a minute. Here on ESPN+. Illinois' Megan Cooney playing in her 548th career set. That's 7th among active players in the Ncaa. And Kathy, you can see why she has more than 1,400 kills, 500 digs.
Became a starter as a freshman and has not relinquished the role in the 5 years that she's now played volleyball for Illinois.
Kentucky needs to score out of the timeout, down 4. Big chance for the Illini. Cooney, and it's off the hands of the Kentucky defenders out of there. Illinois with its first 5-point lead of the set. The Kentucky defense was there, just couldn't keep it on the gray paint. Dee Brown on a serving run. They set to Cooney again. Rome setting Stumler in the back row. How about Cooper? She sets Ncaa, and she gets the winner.
The Illinois defense right now just clearly outplaying this Kentucky offense, and a lot of it is Cooper here, who is keeping every ball in play. Kentucky will not score well from the back row against this Illinois team, and having trouble with serve receive, where they're not getting a lot of swings from the front row that are effective.
5-0 scoring run comes to an end thanks to the service error by the Illini, their 5th of the match. But Kentucky still trails by 5. Rome to serve it. Gives it right back.
Kentucky's freshmen, Jerome and Bevan, not having the kind of matches that they would like to be having. It's still early in this one, in the 3rd set, but both of them making unforced errors.
Maddie Skinner is
Illinois not beating Kentucky in the last couple of exchanges, but Kentucky beating Kentucky. Illinois will keep the pressure on and take it.
A great defensive play by Stumler, but a free ball for Illinois. And Raina Terry makes it work.
Craig Skinner will go for a second timeout here.
Well, they called timeout at 9-5, down 4. Since that run, Kentucky outscored 5-1.
Right now, Illinois in a good rotation here with Terry on the outside, and she's been scoring almost at will against this Kentucky defense, going high off the hands, down the line. And then you've got Megan Cooney, the Iron Woman, on the opposite pin, and she's got 10 kills and 30 swings.
It's time for flex care.
Raina Terry, 6'3" sophomore, Marengo, Ohio, Highland High School. And she has begun to really take over, not that she hadn't already. 17 kills and 30 swings, only 3 errors, hitting .467. And 6 digs to go along with that.
Yeah, just hits what we call a heavy ball. So got a big arm and a heavy ball, and putting balls away on Eleanor Bevan, the SEC libero of the year. You're not talking about somebody who is not good at that position, but Terry able to hit the ball hard enough that Bevan can't control it. But really what she's doing is just abusing the Kentucky blockers on the left side. Hitting the ball high off their hands into the corner, off the top of the Kentucky block. Probably of her 17 kills, 10 of them have been high off the Kentucky blockers' hands.
Terry, 18 kills in a 4-set match last night, so she's 1 away from matching that total. Once again, Kentucky with a hard time on serve receive.
Reagan Rutherford's first error, but got her hitting on the left side now, which is a more difficult swing for a lefty.
At least Getzinger is checked in. A little more size for the Wildcats. It's Rutherford. That's a winner. Kentucky needed that to slow this Illinois momentum. The Illini still lead it by 8. Caroline Barnes checking in, plays some defense. Barnes, the freshman from Naperville, Illinois. A little bit of homegrown talent on this Illinois team.
About 20,000 girls that are playing high school volleyball in the state, so there's lots to choose from.
Devin with a nice dig. Stumbler, but rejected by Cooney. Illinois back to a 9-point lead.
Nice dig by Bevan there, delivering it perfectly.
Cooper will serve it. Senior from Olathe Northwest High School. How about an ace?
Craig Skinner's out of timeouts at this point in time, so his team is going to have to gather itself without help from the bench here and recover some of their swagger that won them 5 SEC championships. But Illinois right now having their way. Kentucky making error after error as they're trying to find a way to score against this Illinois defense, which is blocking them, digging them, and then serving them so tough that they're getting predictable attacks.
A trademark of this Illinois team, aggressive serving. And an ace by Cooper. Bottom fell out of that one. You can't serve it much better, Coach.
Yeah, no, they're serving Allie Stumner when she's in the front row. And Allie Stumner, generally a very, very reliable serve receiver. She's also, of course, their most reliable attacker.
13-1 run, make it 14-1 run for Illinois. Everything going wrong for the Wildcats.
And this is what tough serving does. It just breaks your spirit. And in this particular set, it has broken Kentucky's spirit, where their best serve receivers right now are really struggling.
And then Illinois makes plays like that on defense. But Getzinger finally scores for the Wildcats. They are down 12.
And they need to just look at this, forget the scoreboard right now. Kentucky just needs to get their swagger back by tough defense, tough serving. Bevan trying to serve the ball short to shake up a little bit of this Illinois offense, but making an error. But again, you have to play the game forward, so they need a good pass here.
Third service error by the Wildcats. That's what Kentucky needed.
Perfect
Good
pass
reserve,
by Bevan.
Yep.
Rhythmic hill.
Thorpe checks in to serve it. Megan Cooney checks back in. Bevan rescues. Free ball for the Illini. They sent Terry off the hands of the Kentucky defenders again, and then on that right side.
And the Kentucky middle back, both times right now, the Kentucky middle's playing 5 to 7 feet off of the back line. Really tough to retrieve those balls high off the hands.
Taylor wide. Illinois 2 points away from a 2-1 lead. Raina Terry will serve. Taylor got it where she wanted it that time. Could be too little, too late. But
each set is its own little independent entity, so this one looks like it's going to be hard to retrieve for Kentucky. So now what's happening on this sideline is recovery, because you're going to get a fourth set.
Stumler just couldn't handle it. Big swing by Ncaa. The Illinois fans are on their feet. It is set point. It was 6-5 Illinois after the Wildcats scored. 18-4 run for Illinois. That's a winner. Illinois closes out set number 3 convincingly, 25-10. The Illini lead it 2-1 on the verge of eliminating the defending NCAA champion. Back in a minute here on ESPN+. Back in Lexington, Dick Gabriel, Kathy DeBoer, Illinois with a 2-1 lead on the Kentucky Wildcats. Here's a big reason why.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, 15 kills, 1 error. Their offense just chugged along here, and Kentucky's was the opposite. Instead of chugging along, it just chugged. 6 attack errors by Kentucky, only 5 kills, not being able to pass the ball well enough to get a variety of swings, absolutely Taylor Cooper, 14 digs already, and just taking everything that Kentucky can throw at her and digging it, sending it back.
Kentucky hitting -40, 25 swings to go along with those 5 kills and 6 errors. Illinois, 15 kills on 23 swings, 1 error, hitting .609. This is the first time the Wildcats have trailed since my birthday at Louisville. Now Kentucky had a lead in the 5th set there, so the Wildcats did bounce back. We'll see if they can do that here.
Well, yeah, I mean, volleyball is a sport of short memory.
Oh, it's amazing.
The teams that succeed are the ones that have the ability to forget what just happened and move forward, whether it's a particular play or whether it's a set. The score does not accumulate. Doesn't matter how badly you got thumped, which Kentucky did. 25-10 is embarrassing. Forget it. They can win this match, but they have to win this set.
Allie Stumler, one of 3 seniors on this Kentucky team. But it's Illinois off to the good start. And again, who else? Raina Terry, 19th kill. She is enjoying
Just
her
looking
stay
at
in
this
Lexington.
defense, seeing that Reagan Rutherford not ready to pick up the ball. So these are veteran players here who are just watching what Kentucky is doing defensively.
Wildcats.
And really taking advantage of the young players on this Kentucky team.
Wildcats ragged out of the timeout. Break between sets. She'll serve it again. But Bevan has struggled tonight. Bevan with a pancake. Let's live to play for another couple of swings. Stumler with a dig. Rutherford again. Rome sets Maddie Skinner. Boy, the Illinois defense suffocated. Set to Swanson. There's Bella Bell. Heads up play by Cooper. 3-ball Kentucky. How about that Illinois defense? Outstanding.
Maddie Skinner one-on-one on the right side here. Bella Bell just making a great play But then Maddie Skinner, usually very reliable, but hitting mostly from the left side, got caught on the right side and blocked by Terry.
Ncaa on a run to open set 4. That violation on Illinois, Craig Skinner, is up quickly off the bench. He wanted to have a word with his team, but he saw the violation. They called it before the official did. Cats finally on the board here in set number 4. They trail 2-1. The overall match. Ryo Walker will serve it. And again,
yeah, bad pass, exactly what you want. We know where the ball's going to go, and it ends in a kill for Raina Terry, getting her 19th, getting her 20th here, just right at the beginning of this 4th set.
Cooper.
Yeah, on the opposite, bad pass by the Kentucky team, and instead of it turning into a swing, it turns into an overpass. So Kentucky very off balance. This is where they have to regroup, gather. Ali Stumler trying to encourage the young players on this team to get their nerve.
Kennedy Collins, one-on-one, she wins the battle with Bella Bell. Illinois up 5, timeout Kentucky.
Craig Skinner going quickly to the timeout, knowing that his team has to play with purpose.
But it's lacking right now. Back in a minute on ESPN+. Back in Lexington, Dick Gabriel, Kathy DeBoer. Illinois up 6-1 in set number 4 with a 2-1 lead in the match. And there you see Chris Thomas, his Illinois team's getting it done in the postseason, making the tournament for the last 5 years, including a Final Four back in 2018. And as Kathy said, lost in a great match with Nebraska in the national semifinal. Cooper again goes at Ali Stumler. They work to Rutherford, but Illinois is ready. Good pass by Bevan. Well, Cooney had the big swing that Grom sent back over, so she changes up.
Rolling the ball into the middle of this defense here. And again, the block getting a piece of it. So when the block gets a piece of the ball, it actually makes it more difficult for the defense. Yet you want to teach your blockers to go aggressively for the ball. So it's kind of a catch-22, but Illinois has exploited that tremendously tonight.
Wildcats have not received serve well. Credit to this aggressive Illinois serving, and the Illini turning Kentucky mistakes into points.
Terry here going down the line off. When you're trying to block somebody like Raina Terry, who has so many different shots, the tendency is to push and to move your hands around and really press. And what you need to do is just have a really good setup so that the defense can play around you.
Big chance for the Illini. Stumler with a pancake. Another free ball for Illinois. Terry sets herself. Bevan with a dig. About that Illinois defense. Finally, Getzinger says, let's shut this down. What a rally.
Unbelievable defense by both teams here, keeping the ball in play. Chris Thomas going to take his 3rd challenge here on this, and we'll have to see if we can figure out what the challenge is, but he is very disgusted with this officiating crew. Looking, I'm guessing, for some kind of a net call.
Might be the pancake they're looking at. It was close.
Looking at a defensive play. At 8-2, when he's up 2-1, likely a good use of this challenge, but if you tell me at the end of this set that they lose in 5 because they don't have a challenge left, I'll tell you that was a really bad decision.
Well, that's a tough angle right there.
I think that angle looks like that pancake's fine.
Yeah. Well, for whatever it's worth, the Wildcats kept right on playing as though they saw the pancake. But you saw Taylor Cooper start to applaud. She thought it was down.
Down official being the one, this happened right in front of her, and this is one of the reasons, Dick, that there is some sentiment here to go to not having somebody review their own call, because this would have been right in front of the down official, and so now
that looks suspicious.
That looks like it's on the floor.
Yeah.
And so asking the down official to have it overrule her own call, and obviously the officials have said, of course we would do that. But here comes the official with the review. Ball's down, and the point goes to Illinois. Again, Kentucky, short memory. This serve, they need to, Cooper is serving. She's one of their better servers. They need to deliver this ball to Emma Grome. Just go point by point to try and get back into this match.
Instead of 7-2, 9-1. And once again, out of the timeout, Kentucky doesn't get much of an offensive attack.
No offense, yeah. They've just had it too easy, I think, in some of the teams that they've played against, where they could just tip balls and they go down. Against good teams, most of the time, a tip ball, unless it's completely set up with the opportunity to swing, it's not going to go down.
Craig Skinner not happy with
Craig Skinner.
One of the down officials.
Asking the down official, I think he's complaining about Cooper coming underneath the net, but the call there is if there is no player around and there's no danger to it, to anyone, that a player can come under the net.
Allie Stumler across her body. Slows the bleeding, doesn't stop it.
Cooper here does come to the other side of the net, but she doesn't interfere with anyone, and so that is a legal play in Division I. In the other divisions, it's not, but it's a legal play.
Kentucky fans thought they saw a net violation. Cooper with a nice dig. And the block by the Wildcats on the left side, Stumler and Taylor. Craig Skinner still on the officials. He thought that point should have been over long ago. But back-to-back points for the Wildcats for the first time in a long time. Kevin serving. An awkward attack by the Illini, but they survive it. Heads up play by Walker. And Rutherford takes one off the noggin. And once again, boy, Raina Terry just murder on that left side.
Rutherford's been so successful against this Illinois team. Tries to go down the line here, and Raina Terry just waiting on her.
Second block for Raina Terry to go with 24 kills. Cooper heads up. There's Terry. Terry again. Wide. A rare mistake. Just her 5th error of the night in 46 swings.
Showing a variety of attacks, that angle she's been able to hit, but the 2 errors that she has, or the errors that she has made, have been on the sharp angle and just missing it.
Lauren Thorpe.
And No one anywhere near that ball. Lauren Thorpe serving it and must have seen a line shot coming. Allie Stumner not able to retrieve it, but that ball bounced twice before Kentucky got near it.
That side for Illinois, though, has been so effective. You can see why they've been able to freeze the Wildcats over there. A welcome relief for Kentucky, the service errors. Kentucky still down 7, trailing in the match 2-1. Stumler, a senior, does not obviously want her career to end tonight. Lauren Thorpe on the floor, another senior for the Wildcats. Also Cameron shakes out. And Skinner, great awareness, went up, knew that block was there, so changed the angle.
High off the hands, using her size and jumping ability here to just go high onto the angle.
Wildcats trying to pull the crowd back into this game. It's a good crowd, but they've been silenced by that last run by Illinois. Stumler lays out. Free ball, Illinois. Nice play by Thorpe. Skinner. Cross body shot. Crowd to its feet.
Nice transition volleyball here. This is what Illinois has been winning, has been the transition volleyball. But this time, Maddie Skinner taking the ball across her body, down the line, doesn't miss this time.
Crowd back in it for Kentucky. Violation, Illinois.
Illegal contact, point Kentucky.
3 straight points for Kentucky. Timeout, Illinois. Illini still lead at 12-8, but the momentum has shifted.
Chris Thomas goes very, very quickly to a timeout to be able to talk to his team. He says the things that I asked him, what makes you grind your teeth about your team? And he says, well, sometimes, he said, they get so in their heads, they're perfectionists, and they just want to do everything perfectly. And he said they'll lose focus and drop a bunch of points. He obviously has went with this team all year long. They're the 7th place team in the Big Ten. They've got losses here, so he's sat with this team before through some tough matches and very quickly goes to the timeout to talk it over with his group of perfectionists.
Illinois wins the Panther invite, hosts the Big Ten Pac-12 Challenge, loses to Washington and Colorado, goes to the final of the Blue Jay Invitational, hosted by Creighton, wins the first 2, and then falls to a tough Creighton team, but then sweeps through the Redbird Classic, hosted by Illinois State. Then Illinois wins its first 3 and loses its next 3, all in conference play. It gets hot and puts itself right in the race for the Big Ten before, as Kathy said, finishing 7th, but representing the Big Ten tonight extremely well. Greg Skinner meets first with his staff, Anders Nelson, Carly Kramer, Ryan Anton, Kristen Sanford, and a few words for the Wildcats, who are buoyed, at least for the time being, by this run they're on.
Craig Skinner very, very disciplined in how he handles his timeouts and how he handles his team. Does the same thing whether they're winning or they're losing, whether they're playing for the national championship or playing to stay alive, which is where they are right now.
Served by Stumler. And she can't handle the big swing by Illinois. I believe that was Cooney.
That was Cooney. Yeah, that was Cooney out of the back row and stuff, picking up her 12th kill.
Collins to serve. From Zion, Illinois. Taylor is long.
Shawnee Taylor missing the court, something that you don't see very often, but being sent quite a ways off the net here.
5 kills by Taylor, 4 errors though. And there you see Ball State Louisville. The hometown Cardinals lead it. Tennessee and Ohio State tied up. Good time for Skinner to go off speed.
Going off speed, making Cooney play defense. If she has one thing that she's not as good at as all the other things, it might be her defense and her digging, but she's been plenty good at every aspect of the game here in Lexington this weekend.
Well, this hit on receive by Ncaa, but she fights her way out of it. And McGrone tried for the kill, had 2 last night. Again, the cross body by Skinner from the left side.
Kentucky picking up the ball handling here where they can play transition volleyball. So we talked about get into the mud, play ugly, and this has been that, but it's been too much ugly on the Kentucky side. That time, they were able to ball control.
But that time, Raina Terry
out of the right side, back row, and she's just absolutely been unstoppable. 26 kills in just the 4 sets, averaging almost 7 kills a set.
Big by Cooper. That's Cooney off the hands of Grome. Illinois breaks back. Back-to-back points. Actually 3 straight for Illinois. Now Craig Skinner wants to slow things down. He calls timeout. Kentucky had trimmed it to 14-11. Now the Illini, who lead it 2-1, looking to advance. 16-10 advantage. Take another look at the bracket. Everybody this time of year scoreboard watching.
Absolutely, and you've got Kentucky, Illinois, where we are right now. Then, of course, a little bit later tonight, we'll get Nebraska against Florida State. Texas has already advanced to the regional, and because they're the #2 seed, they will have that at home. So in women's volleyball, the regionals go to the highest seeded team to play at home, and so Austin will host the regionals for the winner of Washington versus Hawaii. And of course, last year in the Final Four, last year doesn't matter to the committee, but it matters to all the rest of us. Last year in the Final Four, you had Texas, Washington, and Kentucky, all Final Four teams this year in the same bracket, and just throw in Nebraska for good measure.
By the way, it was Hawaii that eliminated Mississippi State. Maddie Skinner coming alive here in set #4, right in the Wildcat team.
And the sophomore here who played mostly right side last year, now in the position, some would say the unenviable, some would say the favored position of being the cleanup person. When the pass isn't good, when the ball has to go somewhere, it always goes to the left. Answering the call.
Well, her sister played there last year. Could have kept it in the family. That pancake was good. But now Illinois with a big chance. And Swanson off the hands of the Wildcats.
Elise Getzinger in for Bella Bell. Craig Skinner trying to find a middle here who can do something to stop this Illinois team from using the Kentucky blockers' hands.
3 straight for Illinois. Getzinger got the big swing. And again, as if the first one weren't good enough.
If your first one creates an overpass, just clean up the mess on the second one. And Getzinger says, yes, ma'am.
Now McGrone to serve it.
Unfortunately there, Elise Getzinger jumps with Dee Brown, who is in the back row, and that creates an open swing on the outside.
Kentucky caught flat-footed by Megan Cooney, 15th kill. Good pass by Cooper. Bevan with a dig. Off the hands of Bevan. Getting late for the Wildcats, 19-11. Illinois closing in on a victory.
Dee Brown just dealing to her pins. One pin and the other pin here. She's got the perfect rotation right now here with Terry on the one side and Cooney on the other.
Quick set, Getzinger coming off the bench for the Wildcats to pick up her third kill.
Something we haven't seen a lot of Kentucky, but we'll have to see for them to stay alive here. They've got to get their middles involved so that they can keep this Illinois block off of their outside hitters.
We'll say it again, Kentucky needs a run. Wildcats had one earlier in the set, but then Illinois went on a run. On the rare mistake by the Illini, an easy kill for Kentucky's Allie Stumler.
Allie Stumler staying very disciplined here. You can see Dee Brown trying to encourage her to jump by stomping her feet. Allie Stumler's like, hey, I'm not falling for that. I'm a senior.
I'm a vet. And once again from that left side, Raina Terry with a huge grin on her face, and why not? 27 kills, you'd be smiling too.
Down the line, right into the forehead of Emma Grome, and who she dropped a tip in front of just a few moments ago, and Grome remembered that.
Now, Elise Getzinger, who's been really aggressive in the middle of that net, had one sent right back at her, and Illinois is 4 points away from eliminating the defending national champion.
And Craig Skinner up because Kennedy Collins actually came down to the ground, fell into the other side of the net. No call by the officials. Question is whether she blocked the ball first and the play was dead by the time that she crossed onto the other side of the court.
Craig Skinner, last year's National Coach of the Year, fighting for every inch he can. 4 times SEC Coach of the Year, including last season.
The officials saying that the ball was dead, that Elise Getzinger had been blocked by the time Kennedy Collins came to the other side of the net. So Craig Skinner challenging that, asking them to take another look at it. Good use of a challenge at this point. He's got 3 in the first 4 sets. He's used 1. So using a second one here to try and keep his team alive. And you get a 2-point swing if you're right, so it would go to 20-14 instead of 13-21.
And of course, with a break in the action, both coaches get essentially an extra timeout. Call is going to be reversed, we're told by our folks in the control room. As Kathy said, every set is its own entity. We've seen teams come back from being down 20-15 and worse. But Illinois has been terrific in not beating itself here in Lexington.
Eleanor Bevan, one of the better servers on this Kentucky team, can move the ball around well.
Grome had to go for that, although that might have been wide. There was a lot of juice on that one.
Illinois hitters very well trained in using all corners of the court, all of the sidelines. Excellent deep court hitters, and it's given this Kentucky defense lots of trouble today.
Raina Terry. That's wide.
Terry misses with that swing. One of her very few misses. 6 errors that she's had today to go with 27 kills, but that was her 50th swing.
Hitting .420.
Good afternoon's work so far, and it's not done.
It's served by Thorpe. Stumler off the hands.
Kentucky taking 2 tries here where they had an easy ball the first time around, but Stumbler on the second one, able to punch it through the block.
Kevin with the overpass. Kennedy Collins.
D. Brown absolutely taking this, making the smart set here. Stumbler had to, jumps with D. Brown, who's in the front row. She sets Kennedy Collins on the slide, who gets to hit 1 on none. Those are easy pickings.
Taylor with the winner, cuts it right through the Illinois defense. Not enough of that tonight, unfortunately, for Kentucky. Illinois has been up to the defensive challenge much of this match.
Taylor usually hitting 400, just hitting 125 tonight, so she has not been able to find her offensive swagger against this team.
Maddie Skinner thought she had an easy one there, but
D. Brown in the front row, so you know, you start to talk about class and everything, and I don't mean do they have class or don't they, but a senior versus a sophomore, just on how do you play this game, how do you stop somebody else. Maddie Skinner thinking she has an easy one, D. Brown, senior, not so much, girlfriend.
Illinois 2 points away, but the quick attack by Grome. Wildcats stay alive.
Grome in the net, unfortunately, and stuff, trying to make a play here on that ball, thinking that she was going to have opposition on the other side of the net, and nobody from Illinois responded. So
match point.
Getting her fingers in the net.
Yep. And the Wildcats on that one stay alive. Cats with a lot of work to do.
Can only
Stay
do it
alive.
1 point at a time, and so just not even focusing on the score, just play the point in front of you is the only way for them to manage this.
Taylor. Skinner and Getzinger make it 24-19. Getzinger strong off the bench, 4 kills.
Couple of stuff blocks, provided a spark. Shawnee Taylor, one of their good servers.
Terry. Maddie Skinner had to roll it. Ncaa. Stumbler with a diving dig. Getzinger has to send it over. Uh-oh. Free ball for Illinois. Back row, Terry. Long. That looked like a disaster in the making for Kentucky. Now Chris Thomas wants a timeout.
Chris Thomas knowing he just needs 1, but he's not going to let Kentucky get too close before calling his second timeout.
3 straight for the Wildcats.
The crowd believes here that Kentucky can make a comeback.
The Wildcats have had their spurts, but just excellent defense by Illinois has kept Kentucky from going on extended runs more than once.
Absolutely, Kentucky hitting just 136 in this set, Dick. On the year, Kentucky has hit, you know, all 300 on the year and stuff. Illinois, on the other hand, in the current set is at 250, which is about what they usually are in terms of attacking. But on the match has hit 335. Now, a lot of that was the complete drubbing that they did of Kentucky in the third set there, where they won 25-10, hitting about 600 something.
Yeah.
But otherwise, really, this has been Illinois' offense, but it's more been Illinois' defense that has kept this Kentucky offense, which all year long has been a very efficient a group able to go to a lot of different places, competent middles, Skinner and Stumler on the outside, Reagan Rutherford on the right, and this Kentucky offense has not been able to shake up the defense of Illinois.
It's found not a lot of rhythm tonight. Taylor. They set Terry, and again she's wrong. Raina Terry so wants to close this out. I don't blame her. What a night she's had. But trying to do it within the offense.
Yeah, on a tight ball here. Dee Brown is in the front row. I know Kentucky knows this, but the setter is an attacker.
And it's over. Illinois eliminates the defending champion Kentucky Wildcats, and it'll be the Illini moving on in the NCAA tournament by a final of 25-21, winning the match 3-1.
And this was Illinois winning. This was not Kentucky losing. They served Kentucky so tough against their better serve receivers. Bevan, Stumler, who are their best serve receivers, had them passing the ball up into the middle of the court most of the night, and that's what Illinois does. They serve you so tough that it turns ugly, and then they just dig balls and dig balls. And then Raina Terry putting on a show here. Wow. 27 kills on 56 swings, 17 contributed by Megan Cooney, 10 by Kennedy Collins. The Kentucky offense just not able to answer.